Tour Guide Thailand.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the other episode of Tour Guide Thailand. My name Dr. Thanapon. Every Thursday time 1 o'clock. This program is broadcasting from Rajamongkol University of Technology Phanakhon. This program has two parts. For the first part, information of places, and then most interest from the episode. We also have news and later updates from universities as usual. You can follow us at our website englishonline.rmutp.ac.th, YouTube and Facebook at RMUTP Live, Thai and English versions. For today's, I would like to invite you to one city. This city is not far from Bangkok. Everywhere that I mostly give you an information, I'm start to point out for some city that you don't have to travel to long distance. This city is one of the big cities in Thailand. This city is named Kanchanaburi. Some people, when they heard Kanchanaburi, they come up with this is a place that they should visit. Because this city is one of the province that is very popular from the tourism. It's quite near to Bangkok. It's just about 129 kilometers. You can go there just only 2.5 hours, and you can just ride to Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi is one of the cities that have a very long history. This city is a big city, and the city is close to our neighbor countries. In the cover area, 1948 square kilometers. It's the biggest province in the order number 3 in Thailand. The populations roughly allow 894,000 people. The destination that you must visit at Kanchanaburi, I would recommend you for 10, but it have more than that. But 10 is enough for you to visit there. But probably to visit there or visit in Kanchanaburi for one day, probably is not enough. When you plan to go to Kanchanaburi, I recommend you that you plan for 2 days because one day is too rush and probably one place to the others, they are not crossing. They're quite far in a distance because it's a big cities. From the first places, I would recommend Mueang Sing Castle Park. Mueang Sing Castle Park is built with the laterite and only ancient places in Kanchanaburi. In Kanchanaburi is an old town. It's quite old city and have a long history. But from the ancient places, this is only one, the castle Mueang Sing. That is only one that have the ancient places in Kanchanaburi. And when you visit there, if you like some kind of like back to the history, you can fully feel about the ancient environment. Because you can see some places and you can start to think about something that like it have a long history and it's come up more than 100 years ago. That is the place that if you want to see some history in Kanchanaburi, you can visit Mueang Sing Castle Park. That is the first destination. And the second destination is the Dead Railway to Kase Cave. The railway, when you go up on the railways, you can enjoy the sightseeing. The Dead Railway, this name is come from during the World War II. This railway is used by carry up all the weapon and all the supporters when we have a war. That's why during that time, these railways have a lot of history during that time. That's why we call that the Dead Railway to the Kase Cave. When you go up to this railway on the train, this railway go along to the mountains, and the trains move on, and you can sightseeing, enjoy the natures when you go up on the train. Both sightseeing, you can see like the mountains, and you can see the natures, and you can absorb like the relaxables while you stand on, or you go up to the train, and just like enjoy your time when they take you to the destination as the Kase Cave. When you visit Kanchanaburi, the Dead Railway, one of the places that you can spend a lot of time, because like you need to go and stand on the train around 2 hours, and you can reach the destinations, and when you come back, it take you around 2 hours to come back to Kanchanaburi cities. It means it take you around 3 or 4 hours. That's why when you decide to go on the train, and you have to prepare about your time that you will come back, and it depends on the time that you can spend, like for your whole trip. And that is the one of the destination that you should go or visit at the cave. The third places that I would recommend is the waterfall, Elawan. Waterfall Elawan is very popular places because it's the one of like the most foreigners they visit, and they enjoy the waterfalls. For the waterfalls in Elawan places, it's very clear waters. The water is clear until that you can see emerald green under the waters. When you see the emerald green, you can see fish inside there, and you can see the fish just like, you can see how they just like spend their life in the waters, and you can see some environments that is come up from the waterfalls, and you can see people swim, you can see people they walking just like close to the waterfalls, and that is give you some relaxable times when you visit there. And during like, especially in the hot time, in the hot seasons, this waterfall Elawan have many visitors visit there, because like when you get close to the waterfall and you feel very relaxed, and you feel not too hot, you feel a little bit keep you come down from the hot waters. And that is why when it's the hot seasons, waterfall Elawan is one of the places that foreigners they visit in these places. Number 4 place is National Park Thong Pha Phum. The National Park Thong Pha Phum, many people say that is a Switzerland in Thailand, because you have to go up to the hill, and when you climb up to the hill, you enjoy the Mystery Sea. It's very difficult to find the places such like this in Thailand. The Mystery Sea, something that like you need to probably need to go up to the hill, and you can see the Mystery Sea. You cannot see Mystery Sea like down the ground. You have to go and high enough, and you can see the Mystery Sea, and that is very good for memories. And it's called that the Switzerland in Thailand. That you should visit The National Park Thong Pha Phum is one of my recommendations that you can visit in Kanchanaburi. The fifth one is about the activities. The lofting at Sea Sawat. The lofting, you can choose the lofting dry rafting or the wet rafting. The dry rafting, you can just like stand on and enjoy the sightseeing when the rafting is just go along the river. But the wet lifting, it means like you just go along to the rafting, and when they reach the destination, you can jump out of the rafting and you can enjoy like swimming, you can enjoy some activity over there, but they will ask you to wear like the safety guard to make sure that everyone is safe. That is one of the activity in the Kanchanaburi that you must try there. Number 6, the bridge over the River Kwai. This is the landmark of Kanchanaburi. From these places, you can visit and sightseeing. The bridge over the River Kwai is rebuilt for the memory of World War, because like the real one is already damaged during the World War, but this is like the rebuild it for memories. Most of tourists stand on the bridge and take the pictures. While you take pictures, you have to listening carefully because like it have a train that passes to you, but it's not the fastest train. It's just like the tour program on the trains. It's move very slow. It's not go that fast. It just run from one places to the other places, and it moves so slow. I can be sure that you're not gonna hurt it while you're on the bridge. And at night time, it have a market, the night market, under the bridge, and you can see like it have many people. They just enjoying the bridge over the River Kwai, even like the daytime and nighttime. This is the landmark that you must visit. For 7 places, tomb. The tomb is in the cities. This tomb is for the memory of the prisoners of war of lost in the Kanchanaburi. I can see many of like the foreigners, they visit these places because probably like they are same family, and probably like some of like their part of their family lost in here. That's why like I can see some they buy some flowers and just put on the tomb in front of the name tag from the people who are lost during that time. Number 8 is Barrage. Barrage Srinakharin. Barrage Srinakharin is the barrage that is the bigger barrage. It's not the one of the biggest, but is the one of the 3 biggest barrage in Thailand. The barrage Srinakharin, on the top of the barrage, it have a hotel and village. These very famous places because tourists go up there, and it have a water park. It have a lot of activities such as boating, jet ski, rafting, and many of activity on the waters. You can come out with any activities that you can't imagine, because it's built up like it's a village that for providing a lot of activity for you and have fun. You can have a time with family. You can have time even like you visit there for the first time. The barrage Srinakharin is a big one in Kanchanaburi. They call it a Maldives in Thailand. Probably you should prove that if it's the Maldives in Thailand or not. You should visit there and prove it by yourself. Barraj, C. Nakarin. Nine places. Private zoo at Bo Ploy. Why I recommend these places? Because zoo in Thailand, most of the zoo in Thailand owned by the government. But this zoo is owned by the private. I visit there one time already, and I can see that it's a good places for you to visit. Because when you visit there, you can see some animals. If you come with your families, you can spend the time with your family. It have like lions, tigers, and the lion and tigers, they show up. They just like use a baby and baby tigers and baby lion, like just let them feed. But anyway, it's have someone and take care of them. Do not afraid of frightened. And it have like the sightseeing that you can go along to the zoo. You can drive by your own car, or you can just wait for the tour guide to carry you on the bus, and you just go with the bus. In the zoo, it have many kind of the animals, not just lion and tigers. It also have the crocodile, elephant, zebra, deer, and giraffe. It have many different kind of animals. And most of the animals is import from other countries. And this is a good experience if you never visit any zoo before, because like it's not expensive and it's not that too big until you have to spend like a whole day into a zoo. The size is very compact and very reasonable, and it has some activity that you can visit. You can just visit like in a crocodile shows, and you can have some kind like visit like elephant shows, and many activities is whole in these places. You can enjoy it. And the last places that I would recommend is a gem market. In Kanchanaburi, gem very famous, especially like in the Blue Sapphire. A lot of tourists, they come to Kanchanaburi and they shopping some of the stone and they bring back. Stone in Thailand have many colors, but in Kanchanaburi, the most famous one is Blue Sapphire. And you can like choose, like if you are one of like the big fan of the gem and jewelry, you should not miss these places, because you can get the gem and jewelries with the reasonable price, because it's the factories that can make the gems and sell and send on supply to all around Thailand and even export. This province is one of the city that support gem and jewelries for the tourists. Hotline news. ราชมงคลพระนคร discuss 3 educational agencies guideline for recruiting international student and exchange student. On May 11, 2023, Dr. Natwarapon Ratchasiri Vacharabun, President of Rachmongkol University of Technology Pranakon, together with Dr. Prin Bunkanit, Vice President for Administration Research and Innovation Research, Assistant Professor Dr. Amonsili Disson, Vice President for Finance and Management Team, welcome the representative of education from the Asian International Trade and Investment Association AITIA, the Center for the International Education CIE, and the Thammapivat Foundation at the Rapipat Conference Room, Rachmongkol Pranakon, Tewet Campus, to negotiate cooperation and jointly discuss way to recruit potential international students to prepare for the opening of an international college, Rajamongkol University of Technology, Panakorn, in the future, as well as discussing the creation of a dual degree program, sending students to exchange in the United States, exchange visiting professors, and organizing international academic conference together. And lastly, you can follow us on website Englishonline at rmutp.ac.th, at YouTube and Facebook.rmutp Live Thai and English. Please push like and subscribe that you never miss the news.
Tour Guide Thailand